Hello everybody, welcome back for some more Bionicle Heroes, and I apologize for the last episode ending it off so early like that. I just didn't want to go on for like 40 minutes in a video trying to, fight down a boss and what have you, because I realized it's going to take me some time to take care of it, so, yeah. Oh god, when was the last episode I did? That was like a couple days ago, wasn't it? I don't even remember. I've just been getting really lazy in this week. But I figured, I have some time off to pretty much do what I want to do, so this isn't exactly the top priority for me to do. This is actually on the bottom of the list of things that I want to do. And actually, it's a lot less lower than playing video games in general. Yeah. Yesterday, well, we went down... me and my brother went down to my best friend's house to record some Lego Star Wars, so he's going to be editing those. I don't know, I feel like kind of an asshole for making him do it. I didn't think about it until like after I got there. I'm like, oh wait, that means he's got to edit these videos, and I don't think he really wants to do that. So I'm thinking, I don't know. Well, we'll figure it all out. I guess if anything goes bad, I mean, he can upload them. He's got pretty much the same internet, well, almost the same, well, I don't want to say we're exactly 100% the same internet, but we pretty much have close enough to the same internet speed, so I don't know whose is faster or what, and quite frankly, I don't really care very much, but as far as it goes, from what I've noticed, we upload at the same speed, in terms of like getting, videos out in like 20 minutes, but it still takes us quite a while to render, of course, and that's based on the computer's processor, not exactly the upload speed itself. So that has nothing to do with the internet, that just has something to do with the processor all on its own. And then yeah, I've basically just been playing a whole crap load of Lego Star Wars myself, because it was one of my favorite Lego games to play back when I was a kid, and along with this, I used to play this game a lot too when I was a kid. And I don't remember ever directly 100%ing this game. I believe I probably got everything in every level, but I don't remember ever getting all the metal stuff or whatever. I could have sworn there was something I might have missed a long time ago, but we're here to try that now. I don't know if the medals really count as 100%, and if they don't to you folks, then good, because I really don't feel like doing them. All of them, I mean. If there's some stupid requirement for doing them all, then I guess I will. Good thing is, I'm in a pretty good mood, so, nothing wrong with whipping out a good old Let's Play. I was sitting here, playing Lego, trying to just get through some of the levels I've been trying to get through, and then all of a sudden I realized to myself, I'm like, crap, I probably should, like, record or something. I mean, yeah, I know it's not super important to do, but I mean, it's definitely something that I've been wanting to do for quite some time now. And we did record yesterday, so I did record something. We recorded like a whole hour of the first episode. No, I mean not like our episode, but like episode 1 of Lego Star Wars, which we did all 6 chapters in one go. And that's how we're going to be doing it. So I was thinking of how we're going to do it the day before, I came up. I'm like, okay, we got to figure out how to do this exactly. Make sure we get all this stuff down. I'm going to try to make it as organized as possible. And there was also the idea of just doing it naturally, like 25 minutes. I don't know if that's exactly what he's gonna do, but my idea was do it by chapter. I mean, well, the videos would be super short, easy enough for him to render because they won't take very long to render, and of course they would probably be uploaded in like a cinch, if considering the fact that the rendering speed would be pretty quick for a small video like that. And of course, the smaller the video, the easier the upload, pretty much. That's how I've always figured it. Okay, let's see here. I'm so used to playing Lego Star Wars right now that I just keep thinking, like, whenever I go hero mode, I get powered up, and then, like, all the Lego pieces can come to me, but that's not going to happen, actually. Alright, here we go. Break that down, and let's go switch to Congo, just have him do some cleanup crew. Congo is usually one of the best to use for cleanup. Like, if you're just going through a level and you're just trying to destroy everything inside, then Congo's pretty good, because he gets stuff done pretty quick. Jalur, not really. I don't know. Each character has their own fun, unique ability, but most of the time it's just based on what character you like specifically. You know? There's nothing wrong with either character, it's just certain characters are a little bit, well, objectively better, considering the fact of how much damage they can do, how much speed they can do. They tried to balance the characters out, but they didn't do a really fantastic job at doing that. Just to be honest, because you look at Holly and Jalur compared to like Kongu and all them, where do they stand? They're like kind of like the middle characters. The same thing goes for Huki. Huki's just used for constructing stuff. And Nipru is just pretty good at blowing up hordes of enemies, you know. And Holly and Jalur, you know, I've talked about them before plenty of times, especially Holly, trying to say, you know, I'm just saying that they're actually useful in their own way, but they're not as useful as, like, Kongu, pretty much, or Nipuru, in terms of just devastating combat. But I guess that's not the idea that they were going for. They weren't making them the extreme destructive characters that, you know, Kongu is. Actually, out of all the characters, I think Kongu might be the most overpowered. He's the fastest, and he's potentially the strongest. But he doesn't have, like, an AoE, so you can't really devastate thousands of enemies on screen at one time. No, but there's still the idea that he could just completely destroy an entire room in mere seconds if you give him time. And, of course, as I see it, the weakest character would have to be Motaro, considering the fact that he has next to nothing for any ability. You know, besides sniping, which is obviously positioned in certain places. And you could say the same thing for Holly and Jalur, where all they do is walk through lava and water. Huki has the most useful ability. It's the most used ability, I should say. Yeah, I guess it is most useful. It's considered to be basically the Force, technically. You just use it the same way. You know, you construct stuff from a distance and stuff like that. And then, I don't know, like, yeah, I always say that Motaro is probably the most underused character. But he is really cool looking, no pun intended. Not until after I decided to say it, that's when the pun was intended. He is the most coolest looking character, yeah, but so is Nipuru. Nipuru actually is pretty fucking cool looking. They're all cool looking, don't get me wrong. The Bionicle was one of my favorite series. And I don't have Kongu or Motaro. I actually have Kongu and Motaro as the Mahari Nui versions, and not actually the original Anika versions. Still, in my box of old-ass toys I used to have when I was a kid, that I pretty much keep stuff. It was my parents that were trying to sell some of it. So I remember looking on one of my boxes, and it was saying something like action figures were like 50 cents or something like that. I'm like, damn, that's cheap for an action figure. Especially nowadays, goddamn. Well, I don't usually go to like stores and look at action figures anymore. It's just back from when I remember buying action figures, especially in Nika, they were like what, $6 a pop, something like that. I don't remember. They're pretty expensive. Back when I was a kid, of course. You know, I always thought they were so damn expensive, and now you look at it, they're probably not exactly that. But I don't really buy Bionicle anymore. You know, I probably should, just for the fact of just doing it, buy all the Bionicle that I can, just because of just how much of an impact Bionicle has had on me in the years of my childhood, and especially my teenage years. There's been a lot of things. I used to just play pretend and stuff like that when I was a kid with them, and just make up my own little games, my own little adventures, and other Bionicle heroes, you know. It was always an interesting thing. And of course I had other Legos. I had a lot of Lego stuff. And I remember I had this little, like, Piraka Stronghold, I think it was called. I don't remember exactly, but it was pretty freaking cool, though, I have to admit. It came with these small, like, little Bionicle action figures, so I technically had all of them in that one set. It came with all the Piraka and all the Toa and Nika. It was pretty freaking rad. I'm never going to use that word again, probably. But it was pretty kick-ass, because, you know, I didn't have the full-size action figures, but I still had those characters particularly, and it just made me feel like I was complete, and that's why I didn't really go buy the other Toa. And Kongo always looked kind of weird, especially, he looks like he's got like a burnt-up face. I don't know. I'm not saying that he looks weird because of it. He actually like kind of looks pretty cool with it. But he's one of those characters that just has more of a distinctive face, it seems like, compared to like the other ones. Like, Tara looks more like a robot. And Holly looks like she's more of like a scuba diver, especially since she has that little air filter thing going through her face there. Unless she literally, I don't know the exact like biography of every single character alive on Bionicle, but I'm assuming that it's there for her to breathe on air or possibly breathe under water, because, well, she is the Toa of water, so you would think like it would be there for her to breathe maybe on air, but you know, who knows. Yeah, there we go. Now we have both the gust ability and the I don't remember what it was called. I think it was called construct or whatever. I guess there was nothing in this room. There might have been something in this room, I just didn't realize I picked it up. Man, I'm just running through this game like nothing. That's why I love this game. It's a third-person shooter game, but with Legos. It's ridiculous. It's something that you would never really see a whole lot of. I actually forgot for a second there that I have, I think it's called Deconstruct. I forgot that I have Nippru's excavate ability, as they call it. So if I see one around, I'll make sure I try to excavate, which I think there's actually a few somewhere that you have to use it on. I don't remember specifically where they're at, though, of course. This is for Holly's Drench ability. Which, actually, you know, the thing is, when I was talking about earlier with Jalur and Holly, they could have done so much better with these characters in terms of just making them more efficient. Or, you know, hell, even just give her more places to walk in, like water. Just give her more water. And same thing with Jalur. Like, I don't really know exactly what to do with Jalur, because swimming through lava would be pretty dense, but I assume there's something you guys could probably, you know, possibly think of. Either way, it's still a fun game, and I'm just glad that I'm actually doing it finally. I've been talking about doing it, and of course it's not super professional like it, you know, like I used to try to do my videos. I say try because I always try to make them as super professional as possible. Granted, it never really worked. I keep thinking like I'm gonna get like True Jedi or something out of these. Wow, look at that. We got like 3 canisters. That's what happens when you have all the abilities unlocked. You basically just go gung-ho and you just basically, you know, get pretty much almost every single canister except for like a few. Which that's what LEGO games pretty much do to you. They make you go through a level once, obviously to complete that level and get to the story. And then afterwards, they just throw out these things that are almost impossible to collect unless you have that certain... I like clicking on my sticks for some reason. Unless you have that certain character or ability. In this sense, it's ability. And character as well, because I keep forgetting that you have to use the Piraka sometimes too. Alright, so first things first, we're going to use our hero mode to get this statue thing going. As you can tell, I'm a lot more enthusiastic than I was the last episode. For some strange reason. I don't know why. I'm just like in this big LEGO mood, and no, I do not feel like playing the new ones. They just... There's something about the new ones that just don't have that charm. You know, they just take away everything for me that made LEGO games so much fun and enjoyable. And plus, they're not really even based on the movies anymore. It's just more like we'll make up our own little story and then go from there. Nothing wrong with TNT. Like, they did an alright job with Bionicle Heroes, kind of. They didn't do the exact 100% lore. They just made up their own little deal here. They just threw out some characters, and that was pretty much what it was. It was just basically a cameo for every single character to be in this game. That is Bionicle related. Almost every single character. This came out, obviously, in 06, so they didn't have every single Bionicle character in existence, like the Fantoka and the Mahari Nui enemies, which, oh my god, those things were badass. I had one, the Earth one. My god, he was cool looking. And I think I had a giant one, actually. I had a Titan for once, which was surprising. Because I never really had any of those. I actually have Axon. Well, no, not me. My brother has Axon, my bad. But I think I have his toy of it. And I know I have like a couple legendary guys, or whatever they call them. The ones with like the shield, and they had the spinners on them. It was pretty cool. And some of his rack here and there. I just had some stuff. I didn't have every single one. There was a moment in time where I'm like, I need to go back and get all these other ones, but it's kind of hard because they're not in stores anymore, so I can't do anything. Little did I know about eBay and Amazon and what have you. Which I don't know if Amazon might have been around back then. Maybe it might have been. I assume it probably was. I don't know who to use right now. We'll just use Holly because I need to get her weapon upgraded, though. I need to make hers maxed out. For some reason, I don't know why, but I enjoy watching the enemy's health bars just slowly drain down. It might be a little bit sadistic sounding, but to me, it actually sounds pretty cool if you think about it. I just also love... Yeah, we're just going to use Conga for this, because he's the only one that really... God damn, my L2 button keeps getting stuck. Oh, I don't really need it. I just need the R2 button. If you're wondering what L1 and R1 do, that's what they do. I just use triangle. You know, to switch. Oh wait, actually, what the hell am I talking about? I've been using L1 and R1 the entire time. Oh, what the hell I'm talking about? I'm trying to think of who I should lose. Well, nobody now. I don't really need to lose anybody now because considering the fact that I just got hero mode, it gives you extra health. But I really need to start getting these guys upgraded though, and there used to be a certain way I'd play, like after every single like Piraka or whatever, I would upgrade a specific character or some crap like that and then go from there. But there you go, there's Cricket, and he's down for you, and the next we're going to be fighting Avik, which is actually my favorite Piraka, as I've been saying. And he has the best music in the game. Well, one of the best boss musics in the game. Close to Radix. Oh my god, his boss. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool boss fight. Avik is more like a rocking kind of theme, and I just really enjoy it, to be honest. I don't think there's anything else in this room. Alright. We'll grab Kreka's head and just head on out the door and pretty much get this level over with. So we almost got all the canisters there. Missing one gold one, of course. Yeah, the thing is, I tell you, you got that new character unlocked, but you can't even do anything with them besides just look at them. It's just... dare I say pointless, pretty much, to have that there. Like, why would I have the opportunity to unlock that character if I can't even play with that damn character? Pretty soon, I'm going to go through these and just show them all off and pretty much show you how to do it. Yeah, I don't know if they're based on a certain, like, ranking or not. I assume no. I think, like, you defeat a certain amount of enemies. Yeah, this one says Medicine Keep completed. And this one says Flooded Lowlands completed. But is blue better than gold or worse? I assume probably better because the way the Lego pieces work is like blue is the highest amount of currency you can get in the game. But I don't know if that's exactly 100% true or not. Oh, we definitely need that. Mataru, let's get his let's get Nuju's Crystal Spike. There we go. That thing actually looks pretty cool. And then we need to get some damn armor on you, boy. Yeah, that's what you need. You need some armor. And then we'll get Anawa's Proto-Python. Piton. There it is. It's just like another... It's basically going to be a rocket launcher every single time. Let's get Nipru's upgraded too, actually. Because Holly's almost got hers all the way up. So I just want to wait. I just want to get everybody at least level 2 here. We'll get Wanua's Earth Shock Drill. Which actually is pretty cool looking. Yeah, he's fully upgraded. Screw it. We'll get Holly's Laser Harpoon. We'll get her and him both. We can get his crossbow, which actually looks pretty fucking cool. Yeah, I know. Everybody's like, oh, keep it rated G, asshole. And I was like, I don't even care. You guys shouldn't really give a crap either. Alright, I think we're pretty much good to go. Yeah, this is her new harpoon. It's the strongest that you can get. Obviously, you can tell that the lasers are much... They seem to be a little bit wider than last time. And this is Mataro's... Not Mataro's, but actually... Kuju's Crystal Spike. Yeah. I always keep forgetting the damn name of those. You know what's funny is a long time ago, I used to have the entire alphabet of the Bionicle alphabet written down, and then I lost it, and then it's just like, eh. But to be honest, most of it's kind of easy to figure out, considering the fact that they almost look exactly like the alphabet we have now. So, just saying that, there's nothing back here, and now we're going to be going to take on Avik. But before we do that, let's try to get, well, let's get some characters first. I was going to try to get, you know, Holly and all them, get that stuff done before the boss fight starts. But apparently that is not going to happen. I think he wears his weapons differently than I have them on. I don't know if that's true or not. Let's grab Motaro. You can grab Holly. You can pretty much grab everybody in this this fight. I think there's one fight where you can't get everybody. I believe so. Yeah, if you have pretty much all the abilities, you should be good to go for this, to get almost all the canisters. I think you don't really need to use any of the other specific characters to do so. That was practically pointless, unless you just want, you know, hero mode to come out pretty quick. As you can see, the Borok, it basically just destroys them almost completely with his weapon, so... And the thing, I think the thing about her weapon is it's more of like a ranged kind of weapon. It's basically Jalur's weapon, but just more ranged, and you can just hit through enemies and pierce them. Which, that's the idea that Holly's weapon is going for, is just to basically pierce. So again, it is useful in groups, because you can just pierce through them. Whereas Nibiru's is just like one big explosion, and I gotta show you this real quick. This is how big the new explosion looks like. Not really that huge, but definitely quite devastating a little bit more. And I like how it actually like has this vortex thing stuck in. And then we'll switch to Mataro in a second and show you what the Crystal Spike can do, which is basically the same thing as the other one did, basically. So that's the word I've been using this entire episode, hasn't it? Also, another reason why I don't really record more than like one episode is because it's so easy to get some of this stuff done in like one episode. Except for last time. Like the last time, yeah, look at that. Look at that crap. I hate it when they just respawn like that. It pisses me off. But you can get quite a bit of stuff done in like one episode, but just the last episode, you know, I had to deal with that boss, and I just didn't want to go over 25 minutes. It just kind of irritated me. I didn't want to worry about it. And of course, I did worry about it a little bit. You know, I was sitting there thinking, like, man, I should have just finished that episode and just did it. And then I got kind of lazy with it afterwards, just thinking, like, I'll do it some other time. And I finally decided to get off my lazy ass and finally record. So, yeah. And the thing is, I know that nobody's really watching this, technically, so this is obviously just a more for fun thing. And since nobody's really watching this, and I'm not really uploading it as much, people are tending to watch my other stuff. So that's good. I do these Let's Plays for a reason, folks. It's to do them so that you guys can be entertained, and I can be entertained as well, at the same time. I just want everybody to enjoy my content, and of course, comment and stuff like that, and give me feedback on, you know, stuff that you like. Alright. Yeah, I was going to show off Mataro's, I just completely forgot there. It's basically the same thing as it was before, it's just another sniper, just a little bit stronger. And of course, his weapon, personally, is obviously going to be the strongest. There's really no artificial change, I assume. But the thing is, it's definitely nice to have what feels like it might be changed. Just saying. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. Oh yeah, I forgot about Hookie's. His actually is more of direct, rather than shooting in like some weird wobbly line. It actually has this little explosion on the end of it too, which is pretty freaking awesome, by the way. His weapon is pretty cool now. It can definitely decimate at least one enemy, but yeah. Another thing about Holly's weapon I want to explain too that I like is how it can chain through multiple enemies. If it's not obvious, Holly is one of my other personal favorite characters. Mataro being another one of my favorite, and Aiko too. They're all my favorite. I really enjoy them all, but if I had to say what was my least favorite one, it'd have to be... maybe... I don't know. Not in terms of this game, but in terms of like just everything in general, like design, weapons, and stuff like that. It'd probably have to be Kongu. I don't know. Kongu is not really like the worst one. He's just the one that I don't really enjoy as much as the other ones, because Jalur is pretty cool on his own. Mainly because he's just kind of a leader, and actually, to be honest, I don't really like fire characters that much. And I apologize for any background noises, which actually I noticed last time it was almost unaudible to pick up in the background, but there's still the person sneezing in the background. I just don't like that. It just bugs me that it's still there, damn it. Have I ever actually tried to get everything, or have I ever actually tried to get hero mode again, even though there seems to be no possible way of doing it? Yes, I have tried. To be honest, I have tried multiple times, and yet I cannot get it to work. I don't know if it's possible or not. I assume somebody else on the internet probably knows if it is possible. I'm sure they've probably done it themselves. Boom, bitch. Get out the way. Yeah, see, we did like 2 levels in one episode. We did like 2 bosses in at least an episode, which is quite a bit of percent, especially in this game. Considering that this game's not really that big. So, that's another reason why I don't really do as much, considering how quickly we could be done before you know it, too. I mean, it's going to be quite a bit of episodes, but we're going to be done pretty quick. I'm trying to think of what I want to do after this Let's Play, too. So, I've got plenty of time before I just start getting into the other stuff. Like Ninja Gaiden 2 or God of War 2, which I have not done yet. Look, I've been doing freaking Let's Plays for so long now. That hiatus just made me forget all about practically like what I have already accomplished on this channel so far. And of course there's my guide videos that I want to do, which that's starting to slow down too a little bit. It's just mainly, I guess, not just Let's Plays, not just guides in general, but I guess it's just mainly, oh yeah, I forgot, you can still do this. I almost forgot about this whole damn thing. Yeah, you should still be able to do this canister finding stuff, even with Finrack around. So I believe we can get access to the other one and actually completely finish this level. I should have done it when freaking what's-his-nuts was here, Avik. Avik's head was still here, but I just... yeah, we got everything. Alright, sweet. We got every single canister in this level. And look how... We got like 2 bars of hero mode, which is pretty ridiculous. Come on. Yeah, sometimes he's got iframes, which is completely stupid, but, you know, hey. So we never have to fight Avik again. Yeah, I know, like, that is one level we never ever have to return to again, unless for some strange, odd reason, or some stupid idea that I come up with, like, fight Avik with Avik, and gain his head or whatever. I don't know. I'm sure there's gonna be something stupid I could do with this. You know, sometimes you gotta mix it up, but now Avik actually is playable in his own stronghold, basically. I think those are ranked medals. You know, I might just... You know, it's funny, like, I always say, like, I might do another episode, and then I just do, like, 1 episode, and then I'm done. So, there may be another episode that I might do pretty soon. Who knows? Alright, we'll get close to his Ice Sword upgraded. We'll get it on the verge of being upgraded. Same thing with Huki's Laser Axe, which is actually pretty freaking cool looking in real life. It really is. It comes with a chain, too. He's, like, the only character I can think of that has that. I know Holly and Jalera are pretty much... Is that actually Holly? Yeah, she's fully upgraded. He's fully upgraded. Taro's close to being upgraded fully. We have 50,000 more to spend, so let's just go buy something stupid with it. Alright. Anyway, folks, that's going to be the end of this episode, and I will see you all next time when we play some more Bionicle Heroes. And, as always, take care, everybody.